Oh, bloody hell, I am knackered after going through that boiling volcano. I think we need a nice, good long sleep. Because we've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow, guys. Let's get on with it. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Scatlink here. We're off for more Final Fantasy the Anniversary Edition. In the last episode, we went through Mount Glug, the last half of it anyway, and we revived the Fire Crystal by taking on... Where is she in the bestiary? Quite a ways down. It's a little bit annoying. Oh, I should do that, really, at this point, shouldn't I? Oh, wait. Where is she? Ah, here. Marilith. Or, I think it's... Carrie in the original? I'm not entirely too sure. She had an opportunity to drop a golden apple, which on both attempts, because the first attempt we lost a woo, second attempt that I only showed snippets of, which also went a lot faster. Both attempts, she did not drop a golden apple. Now, the golden apple is an interesting item that we could have actually reaped. Eating it Eating a golden apple raises max HP by 5 upon consuming. Give it to anyone, and their HP would have permanently went up by 5 HP. So, there is actually a way on grinding them up later on. Or in fact, we could do that right now. Even though it can take a very long while. But, if you can actually find them, it is really helpful. Actually, no, I think a golden apple goes by 10, because I think there's silvers that do it by 5. Not entirely too sure. But yeah, they do raise your max HP, and that is insane. And to be fair, I love it. So, that's cool. But we didn't get that, so that's a thing. But, yes, in this episode, we are not outside Mount Glug. We just rested in the inn of Crescent Lake Town, because we need to come back here, because if we check at the map, we do not know where else to go. We have been everywhere on these... Oh, well, on this entire bottom half of the map. We've got these 2 regions to explore. And even though they're huge, there's not that many places of interest. It's mostly just trying to get there than anything else. But we can't even attempt to get over and explore all this, because there's no ports. And we have a canoe and a boat. The canoe allows us to go through rivers, and the boat allows us to go through the sea, but there's nowhere for us to dock, either from going through the canoe to land, or just going to a port in order to land in and explore the land itself. We need to find a new mode of transportation, but that's why we're here. But before we do anything, we need to restock. It's funny how I brought all these items, and in the end I didn't really need them, but I will restore what I used. Because I feel like that's fair. I was supposed to buy 2 of those. And we do want to sell all the shit that we do not need. So first of all, we want to sell the knife. We got that from an item drop, enemy drop, so we don't want that. Don't want the mithril axe because it's inaccurate. It only raises our attack by an extra 2 points from the mithril sword. Don't want the staff. No, that's the flame sword. Don't sell that. I want to sell the staff because that's useless to us. We found that in a chest. Mithril shield. We got something better. Get rid of that. Mithril helm. We got 2 of those. Get rid of them. Ice shield. We want to keep. And mithril gloves. We don't need. That's like the second pair that we found now. And ice armor. We want to keep. We have got tons of money. You do not even know what to do with. And we're keeping all these weapons because they've all got special abilities, except for the power staff. But I'm keeping that just because it's stronger than the knife. Well, it's basically like the knife and... Yeah, it's basically the sword and axe dynamic for wizards. What for knife are more accurate, but staff's more stronger. But in this case, I want to keep it because I don't attack that often, and the extra power could be nice. So that's a thing. But yes, let's see here. We don't need anything from the armor store. We don't need to go to the church. Don't think we need any weapons. Nope. Plus, the mithril axe is weaker than what we got now anyway. Actually, yeah, I will talk to you. What do you have to say? I've been after the Levy Stone for 10 years. The cave to the north looks promising, but I can't go. I never hear the end of it from my wife. This dude was tired before from doing trips and whatnot. Now that we've taken care of the Fiend of Fire, which these people were talking about because it woke up early and was going to make the volcano erupt, now we've dealt with that, these people have changed their dialogue. But he was talking about a cave to the north. Well, we went to the west and we've already done the the Fire Crystal at Mount Glug. But the only cave up the north that's in the vicinity is this cave. And as we already know, that is the... Wait, what's it called? Cavern of Ice. I was looking for Ice Cave. Here it is. Bang. I don't know why I clicked Mount Durga, but yeah, the Cavern of Ice, that's where we've already been. So, like I said, I did them slightly out of order, but that's the order I normally do things, so that's the way I did it. And the reason why they're telling you to go there is to get the Levy Stone, because that is what we need in order to get a new mode of transportation. And if we come back to these guys, it will let us know. Okay, Lucan didn't have anything new to say. I guess we will talk to everyone around here again. Actually, no, hang on. I think it was this guy? They laid waste to the civilization of the north. Here we go. Okay, we're getting there. The Fiend of Earth rots the land. Where the Fiend of Fire passes, always cast into flame. When all 4 crystals shine once more, return here, all will be revealed. Bring the light of the 4 crystals to us! Warrior of Light, only you can do this! Power must be turned toward its proper end. 400 years ago it was wind, 200 years ago it was water, then came earth and fire. The 4 forces that make up the world. Which one is the one I need to talk to then? No. Oh. I swear one of these actually tell you where to go. I know where to go, but I assume that these guys would have told me where to go. That's a little bit confusing on why they're not telling me that. Let me talk to this guy again. Maybe he says something different now. Been after Levy Stone for 10 years. The Cave of the Loft not exploding, but I can't go. Well, we've got the Levy Stone, but where do we use it? I mean, we don't really have any locations to go through, so let's have another look at the map here. So where does anything look suspicious that we could use it? Because we already know that some places on the map can actually be event spaces, even if they're not on the map. Of course, we've got the Dawn of Souls dungeons that were included in the GBA version onwards, but they're bonus dungeons, they're not actually part of the main story. The events I'm talking about are places like the bridge. When we stepped on that bridge, even though it's not an event, it was added to the map, as you can see here, and also we had a cutscene there when we stepped onto that area. Same goes for this space here. Once it was exploded by the nitro powder, it was that 1 pixel was removed from the map, and we can then go through. So, and it also was part of a cutscene as well. So we definitely know that there are some areas on the map that do trigger some cutscenes every now and again. So where are there any suspicious places that we could go that we haven't been to before that could actually have places? Well, we've got this little area here, but as we already know, that's a dead end, so that's nothing there. We've got this little peninsula here, which, by the way, this little spot actually has random encounters from this area, so that's a good area to grind. They never fixed that. I guess it was intended. But considering that they're talking about the Levy Stone here, it would only make sense that this area itself would be the place where we need to use the Levy Stone. But I believe if we remember that we, when we got the Levy Stone in here, like the guy said, we want to be exploring the area around here. Now, there's a swamp here with a face. That could be something. Problem is, I believe that all this is mountain, isn't it? I'm not entirely too sure. But we could just be beating around the bush. I'm just going to tell you, we want to go down here. Because you need the canoe in order to get down there in the first place. That would make most sense. It's the only place that would be blocked off that would force you to go here. You need the canoe in order to get it here. So, obviously, we would need the canoe in order to get over here. So, keep that in mind. But before we do any of that, we need to get some magic spells. Alright, so, you know when in the last in the battle against the Fiend of Fire, I said I wanted to use Protectora, but that's because that it was a spell that we could actually use at level 6. I thought we had it, but we didn't because we were then able to use level 6 magic. It's just a little bit of an annoyance that you can't buy spells to use, but even though you're not the level 2 use it, it would be nice if you could buy them ahead of schedule so that when you do reach that level you could start using them, but I guess that would be a bit broken. Well, I guess it wouldn't, but I don't know. I mean, again, you could say it is, you could say it isn't. It's kind of a thing. But I definitely want Stoner, because if we run out of gold needles and we keep getting stoned, that would be really helpful to have. But the thing is, white mages cannot learn Exit, which I do want. Even though Invisora is good, there's actually an item in the game that we can use multiple times that will give us that exact same spell for absolutely nothing, and everyone can use it. That may be a little bit of a spoiler we won't get into quite later on, but I believe we can tough it out into then, because I don't really want to spend this much money on a spell that we can use at any time with anyone with the same effect, and it doesn't play to our magic stats. Or use up magic. So that's the thing. It's also annoying that you can't actually see how much magic they cost when you're buying them. In case if you want to do like a... You get the spells that cost the cheapest in terms of magic castings. Like, I don't know. But I definitely want Stoner first. Thank God that the White Mage can actually learn that. Then I want Protect Terror. Now, even though, as with the White Mage, we can use Invisora, I actually want to get Exit, because it teleports the entire party out of dungeons, so I don't have to make my way backwards. I mean, so far the dungeons haven't been too bad to backtrack out of, but soon the dungeons are going to get so linear, so deep, and so non-linear even, and confusing, that it's going to be a massive slog trying to get out. There'll be no shortcuts, as in linear like an actual corridor kind of thing. I mean, yes, we had corridors, but we also had branching paths that loop around and stuff, and they're easy to get through, stuff like that. In this case, that ain't going to be the case, so that would actually be really helpful to have. But we can't learn the spell because, like, as we can see at the side there, White Mages cannot learn it. So we'll have to wait for later for that. So we'll have to come back here soon. But now that we are in the Black Magic store, first of all, I want to get Thunderger. That will definitely be very nice. That's super powerful. Is it Quake and Death? Yeah, because I don't want Stun, because that just paralyzes one fire. I'd rather put everyone asleep. But yeah, we got Quake, which you cause an earthquake to swallow foes. I believe that does massive damage. And Death, well, it's like Scourge, but it focuses on one enemy and is pretty much the one-hit kill spell of the game. That, guess who, those red cockatrices I forget the name of, that were in the previous dungeon, were using against us. It's kind of weird as well, because you have to do the fire dungeon, for, like, Mount Glug first. Well, this is the intended route, because they want you to go there, because then when you go back to Crescent Lake, as we already are right now, yeah, because we are right now, they say that you should go find the Levy Stone, which is in the cave to the north. But when you go there, you're going against weaker enemies, except for the Dark Wizards that literally use Fyaga and like to sweep you. You're going against normal cockatrices, if you remember, and they cast Stone on you. But the ones that we bumped into in the Fire Dungeon cast Death on you with the same attack. And that's why I prefer to go to the Ice Cavern before the Fire Cavern, because that means you're going against easier enemies with a couple of harder enemies. And that's why I also go to the Ice Cavern as well, because that means I'm getting more experience to deal with the Fire Fiend, and the Fire Fiend is actually quite overpowered in the dungeon she's in. As you saw, I was struggling a little, but then when I did it off screen, I had a better time. So, I don't know how that works, to be fair, but we got our spells, we're now at level 6, that's awesome. I think we're good to go and leave this place. I don't know what I'm doing, I want to check my magics here. So yeah, we've got a space on flow, but that's fine, we'll be able to fill that in soon. You'll see why if you haven't played this game before. I've tried not to spoil it, I may have, but I'm not entirely too sure. I want to go directly south. There's a wall in the way, so we've got to make our way around. Now this is actually quite awesome. Like I said, this is a little bit cryptic, but the Levy Stone is what's needed in order to do this. And since it's the only out-of-the-way area in the local vicinity of where you get the Levy Stone, you would assume that stuff goes this way. Plus we've got new encounters, as you see here. Piranhas. So, we weren't encountering these when we're going everywhere else. So if we're bumping into new enemies, you know that we're going in the right direction. So, even though it's kind of cryptic, and it's also very subtle. So, this is definitely the right way to go. So, let's use a Thunderer here. We're not going to use Thunderger, because that would just be a waste of magic. Hammer you in the face. Always do... Why is everyone attacking everyone other than Zest? At this point, I really want to know why. It's like I don't care about like the front row, back row nonsense. Like the order of my party is the order that they should be targeted the most. People at the bottom should be attacked the least. I mean, if you look at like any instruction manual, it normally says that keep the weaker members at the back of the party. I mean, to be fair, if someone's getting weak and you can't heal them, it might be a better idea to switch them around in your party formation like this and stuff. But in this case, I don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm not going to use items to heal that because I'm a cheapskate, and I'm just going to do this. It's only 3 points. Alright, so we're here. We can actually dock our ship right there and canoe our way to this point if we wanted to. In a way, river mouths that pour into the sea are kind of like makeshift ports as long as you have the canoe. Sadly, there's nothing like that on the two continents on the top in the top half of the map, so we can't do anything like that. But it's still something nice to know when you're exploring. So, even though it only happens in this area, because, you know, there's only lakes in this area. But whatever. Alright, so once we have the Levy Stone, we just walk in here and we hit an event space on the map, like I said before. Even though it's called the Rukhan Desert, it's not actually an area we can explore. It's just here for the cutscene. We have the Levy Stone, we place it, and... this cutscene looks awesome. Oh yeah. We has an airship. And it requires the Levy Stone to levitate, I guess. And that brings it out of the earth. And we can now fly. May sound overpowered, considering how overpowered they are in later games, as well as that it's your main method of transportation. But in this case, that's not entirely true. It only allows us to access certain spots on the map. Except for the places we've already explored, you can go everywhere. Now, I like how that we just made it appear, and we've actually got to walk towards it, which gives us, like, encounter, like, well, chances for encountering. But here's something that really annoys me. The airship right now is parked in the sand, right? Let me enter it. There we go. Goddamn loading. We get nice kick-ass music, and the Mode 7 effect is kind of more pronounced here. But we just lifted off from the sand. If I try to land now, it won't let me. Just like in other games, the airship can only land on normal grass. This kind of grass. It cannot land on swampland, which pretty much looks like grass. It can't land on sand. It can't land on water. It can't on any kind. It can't land on ports. Can't land on cities. And it can't land on mountains. The thing is, if you look at your map here, basically anywhere that is normal green, you can land on. But if we look at the top here, this all looks normal green, right? Wrong. Whatever is normal green on the map also counts as forests. You can't land on forests either. And most of the time, if you got to go somewhere, you're pretty much going to have to land like somewhere all the way over here and then walk all the way there. Most of the time that's going to have to be the case. I mean, look at this area. There's a little spot of green here, a little spot of green there, a little spot of green here. But there's a target right in the middle of the desert. You can't land there. You have to literally make your way across. And it's super annoying. But the best thing is, if we just go down this way, we're already at one of the places where we can actually dock our ship at. So that's pretty good to know if you remember that the screen actually wraps around itself. All this what we can land on, and you're going to learn that once at this point, because as you can see here, can't land into the town, I have to land outside the town. But we have a new town to explore! So let's go explore, even though we already spent a lot of money. Gaea. This is Gaea. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk. Now let's check our map here. Yep, we're in the Eye of the Hawk, alright, and there is a city on the Wing of the Hawk. This is the Hawk. Pretty clever, actually, the way that they say that. Hello? Have you visited the Wing of the Hawk? I can't understand a word they say there. You know, 400 years ago, this place was laid to waste. This place actually looks cleaner than most of the places southward. But then again, I guess that they've already done their averaging 400 years ago. This place has been rebuilt and they haven't bothered to attack again, perhaps? I don't know. I don't believe it. You're outsiders, aren't you? How'd you make it this far high up in the mountains? Wait, can you fly or something? Nah, that's impossible, right? Well, you're not far off. We did fly here on a special ship with propellers. Some call it an airship. I was trying to talk to you, mate. You kept ignoring me. There's a tower in the Yanikurm desert that no one can enter. Some people think it's nothing but a mirage, so they call it the Mirage Tower. No one can say for sure, though. Well, considering that you're blocked in by mountains, maybe that's the only reason why this place looks pristine clear. It's hidden from everything. The legends say that the Sky People could soar through the sky and build castles above the clouds. Well, we can soar through the skies. Is this castle the same technology as our airship? I mean, no one built this airship. Well, as far as we're aware, we didn't have anyone called Sid to do it. That broom's always trying to weasel its way out of its chores. I don't know what to do with it. Get a newer model. Busy, busy, busy. Swish, swishery. Alright then. That's the inn. What do you have to say? A fairy was living in our spring, but I haven't seen her lately. I wonder what's happened to her. Interesting. I saw a shining light flying to the west of the night sky. I know I saw it. Shining light to the west. I'm trying to get the map out. To the west. Well, there's a cave here. There's a bunch of caves on these islands. And there's also one cave here, along with a place here. Literally everything else here doesn't seem like of anything of interest. It's just there to make the game look bigger, I guess. Then again, we might have to traverse that in order to land, in order to do stuff anyway. I'm talking to all the locals before we do our shopping. Because I feel like I want to do that first, because I don't seem to do that a lot. There's some magic stores there. Obviously, we're not going to be able to buy anything, but we can still cover them, I guess. There's an item store all the way up here. There was a scholar studying the Luthian language, but I can't seem to recall his name. Someone was talking about a language before in Melmond. Maybe that's the same guy. So you got to piece things together. It's a little bit cryptic, but if you know what you're doing, you can piece it all together. I caught the fairy, so I figure she's mine to do as I please. What's the big deal? So I sold her to the caravan. So what? Where would the caravan be? Well, at least we know where that fairy went. So there's a spring here that used to have fairies. This pirate was a douche and sold it to a caravan. So we got to find this caravan, which should be somewhere on the map. But we don't know where that would be. So it looks like we've got some searching to do. Is this just the church? Yeah, so this is just a revive from Knockout. Cheap Phoenix Downs, effectively. Anything down this way? Or is this the spring that we got to bring the fairy to once we get her back? Oh, I can't move. Yeah, that looks like the spring, alright. Does this just kick me out the level? Yeah, it does. Okay. Well, I needed to do that anyway. I was on the wrong side. Let's go this way then. Just exploring. Got some equipment there. In fact, those are two buildings all in one, so that might actually be easier to navigate. Oh, that kicked me out. Dang it. Actually, I think we've explored the entire area now. I guess I'll go explore the shops now. We've actually got more magic stores. So this is level 7. We've got Blizzara, but more powerful. Break, petrifies one foe, but has more higher chance of happening than Stun, which we had before, I think it was. No, was it Hold? Oh, I forget. We were just looking at that spell as well, so I'm an idiot. Got white magic here. Curager. Fully restores one ally's HP. That is awesome, but even if we did use level 7 magic, I forgot to mention, we can't learn it. Only white wizards and black wizards are allowed. It's a private club. Deals damage to all undead foes with Gaea. That is strong. Let's head this way then, because we can't buy any of that stuff. Let's go upgrade. Now, things are going to be expensive from here on out, as you can clearly see. Ruby Armlet. Again, whatever Zest has equipped is better. But, you know. But Protect Ring. Now, this is awesome. Everyone can equip it, and it protects from instant death. That is awesome. Considering that everyone can actually benefit from this. So I am going to buy 4 of these. Because we do have the money for it. And that is definitely worth the investment. Because that means we won't have to worry about being knocked out in one hit anymore. Unless it's an attack that does insane amounts of damage. That's the only issue. But hey, it's a permanent upgrade for the Mithril Gloves. So once again, all 3 Mithril Gloves were pretty much useless. Because we could buy them before going to the dungeons. We were able to buy them before going into the dungeons because we needed to go to that place in order to get the canoe. And now they're being outclassed already. Even though they're pretty expensive, we already have all this money. So, look at that. More evasion, more defense. How can I say no? And everyone can benefit from it. I mean, look at that. Tons of defense from the level gloves as well. So, I just cannot say no to that in any possible way. And we can sell our old crap. Where is it? Level gloves, sell them. And all 3 level gloves, sell them. Even though they're not worth a lot, still sell them, get them out of the bag. And this dude. He only has 1 weapon. Cat claws. Doesn't look like anyone can equip them at the moment. But look at their attack power. Attack 22, accuracy 35. That's pretty decent. I'm going to buy one of these. There's a reason why. If I go to the cat claws here and check them out. Only a knight, a ninja, a red wizard, and a black wizard. So this is the first instance where this is an equipment item that only later, more experienced classes can equip. Similar to how we bumped into magics that only black wizards, white wizards, and red wizards can only equip. Now we've got it for equipment as well. But I wanted to buy the cat claws anyway, and we'll see probably in a couple of episodes from now. So now we've done that, I think we're done here. I want to check the item store just in case. In fact, actually, what's up this way? That's the item store. Okay. There is another pair of magic stores though I want to go to, which these ones up here, and they're joined together. Yeah. So now we got level 8 spells. We only had 2 level 7 spells, but we have 3 level 8 spells here. So the other 2 level 7 spells and the other 1 level 8 spell should be located elsewhere. But here we have Holy, which damages all foes with a holy light. I believe it's like Gaea, but it's neutral attack, I think, because Gaea's light, but this is also light, or maybe it's just an even powerful version. But anyway, that is one of the best attacks in the game for the white mage, even though it costs quite a lot of magic. We also have Null All, which reduces damage from all spells by half, similar to all the other null spells that exist. But the problem is, and this is the major drawback, you can only use it on 1 person at a time, while all the other null spells can be used to everybody. But there's about 4 null spells, or 5, so if you wanted to stack them all, it's actually easy to do it with this throughout 4 turns. It just takes a while to get off. But we also have the spell, which negates one's magical defences. That is pretty cool. It just literally nullifies them to pretty much naught, and your magic spells will do insane amounts of damage. That's only if they're affected by it. I feel like it has a very low probability of actually affecting enemies though. For black magics, we have Stop, which stops time, paralyzes all foes. So it basically reduces their attacks to 1, similar to how Slow reduces their attacks by half. But it also paralyzes them until they get unparalyzed, where they'll be slowed down, I believe. I think that's how it works. Warp banishes foes to another dimension. I don't think you get experience for enemies killed with this, but it has a better chance of working than other spells. And Kill, better than Death, same properties effectively. But that means there is no actual damaging spell that's quite powerful here, unlike with Holy. So you can get Holy before the other powerful black spell. Well, I guess you could say Kill is pretty much the same, but that doesn't have that big of an issue. It doesn't have a... What am I trying to say here? A good accuracy rating, because Holy actually does damage. Kill doesn't. So we've got the usual items here. I don't really need to buy anything here. I just wanted to check. And yeah, we're done in this town for now. So I want to leave. And I want to explore a little here. As I said, you can't land here. And if you feel like, oh wait, I've seen a bit of green here. Nope. Because at least one little bit of forest is on that square tile, I guess you can call it. You can't land there. And no matter if you try to move subtly by squares, it's not going to allow you to land. This is what annoys me the most. That clearly looks like I can land there. In other games, they'll be a lot more forgiving. But this game uses it to its advantage in terms of elongating gameplay. Because these areas, well, these, hang on, map, there we go. These places on the map are pretty spaced out. To actually give them more relevance, they want you to explore the area. So if I wanted to, like, say, go all the way, where is it? Where's the wing? It's all the way there. Blech. If I wanted to go all the way here, now this is even more annoying because, like, I can't land here, I can't land here, and I can't even land in, like, an empty spot here in town where there's not actually anything there because it's still got the wall on part of the sprite, so whatever. We can't land anywhere around here. And that is super annoying. If you want to go here, the earliest place you can land, because we can't land on swampland either, the earliest place that we can land is God, where is it? Actually, I think this is the only tile. Can't land here. Can't land here. Yeah, look at that. 1 square of this entire area can be landed upon. This one tile. Everywhere else you cannot land. Look at this nonsense. If you want to come to this place, all the way over here, you can only land your airship in 1 square, and it's this square. Ain't that so annoying? Because you're looking around, like I already said, you're looking around and it looks like, oh, I can land my ship here. Nope. Even though the shadow isn't touching any of the trees, you're not allowed to land there. The only square to get to that town is here. And that means you got to slog all the way there, and then all the way back. That's why this town is easy to access, because even though that the inn is a little bit expensive, it's like the easiest place to get to. But then again, if you just go north from here, you'll be at Crescent Lake, and that's 100, so whatever. I just wanted to show that off because that is super annoying. But we're not done yet. Well, are we gonna... Oh, I don't know, actually. We've got a place here, and that's this place on the map. This place is going to be important. Because the place that I want to go to, but I feel like I want to actually leave it in the next episode now, because I looked at the time and what we're at. Are these holes here. These are actually on the map. And there's tons of them. However, the hole next to me here isn't actually on the map, because that is Hellfire Chasm, which we only just unlocked. No, you can't land in the holes either. Even though you would think that that would actually be the case. That isn't. But yes, we've got loads of holes here to explore, and we want to explore these in the next episode. We've also got a town here that we can't explore. I believe the only place that we can land to get there is... don't know. Here? Perhaps? I feel like it's here. Yeah, I feel like it's here. To get to that town, you got to land here. Follow this all the way down. Cross the moat. Just to go to town. I think I found an extra spot though that I could land before. Ah! Here we go. There's 2 spots here that you can actually land in. And I think I just found the caravan actually, now I remember. I feel like the caravan's around here somewhere, like in this little patch here. I think I just remembered that. I guess we could do that before we end off. But then again, I'm not planning on doing that right now. Yeah, I think I'll leave that for another episode, because I want to cover this area in the next episode. But as you can see, even though you have the airship and you feel like, oh, I can go everywhere, I can land everywhere. No, you are actually very restricted on where you can actually land, so you'll still have to explore on foot. Like I said, in the olden days it was just to elongate gameplay and it'd be a little bit of an annoyance, but a lot of other games are a lot more lenient because this is more of a fast travel option once you've explored most of the world. Here, you only get it halfway through the game, so it kind of also makes a little bit of sense in that kind of aspect, but you know, I think they did it in Final Fantasy 3 as well. I'm not too sure about 2, because I've actually played 3, not 2. But whatever, I'm going off on a tangent now. In the next episode, guys, we are going to explore all of these holes in the floor on these little islands here. Every time I press the map button, it's not actually going off. There we go. All these islands around here, and we are going to see what lies in them. Hopefully some goodies. Maybe some other people, like in Mount Jogo, perhaps. Who knows? See you guys in the next episode.